Godzilla X Kong, the new empire long before the rise of mankind. Before even the first mammoth carved its path through the snow, there existed a hidden world beneath our feet, Hollow Earth. It was a place of ancient power and great titans. But not all titans lived in peace. Two great clans ruled its realms, the noble Titan apes, forefathers of Kong, and a ruthless simian race of skeletal, blood-tinted monsters known only as the Scar tribes. At their helm stood a tyrant whose name was whispered in fear through the walls of the underworld, Scar King. Scar King was no mere brute. Gifted with a preternatural intelligence and a cruel mind, he wielded the blood, a weapon forged from the bone and crystal of a slain elemental titan. Blood soaked the caverns of Hollow Earth. Eventually, the apes, with the help of ancient allies precursors to today's monarch, sealed Scar King and his horde beneath the Red Nexus core, a trap of pure energy and volcanic force hidden deep within a forgotten crevasse. This weapon granted him mind control over lesser creatures, beasts, reptiles, and even weakened The war between the Kongs and Scar King's forces lasted centuries. The Kongs built temples to warn their descendants, but time eroded stone and memory. Dr. Elaine Andrews, older now but sharper than ever, rushed to the control deck. Her daughter, Gia, now a teenager, fluent in both sign language and the glyphs of Hollow Earth, pointed to the map. Until now, the Hollow Earth anomaly had awakened something worse than ever before. Burning crimson, alive with vengeance. He had fought hard for this peace, carving his rule from the bones of challengers. A low rumble stirred in the deepest reaches of Hollow Earth. The wind carried a scent he remembered from ancient murals: death, fire, and cold. A forgotten chamber, silent for millennia, pulsed reed. Crystallized lava cracked as seismic shockwaves rippled from the core. Titans had gone quiet since Mechagodzilla's defeat. Balance had held. Until now, the great seal of the Red Nexus began to splinter. Inside, sealed for 10,000 years, a single eye opened. Scar King had returned. With a scream that split rock and sent flocks of hellbirds scattering from the cavern roof, the tyrant broke free. Around him, his enslaved beasts stirred, palfred, long-limbed titans with glowing spines and claws caked in bloodstone. His army had slept long but not died. The world above would pay for its forgetfulness. Half a world away, in Bermuda, Monarch's seismic monitoring station buzzed to life. Something moved, she signed. Deep Elaine frowned. It's not Kang. They watched the screen as energy spikes red. Unfamiliar, aggressive, bloomed beneath the crust. Kong ruled a lush section of Hollow Earth, now a territory of floating islands, glowing rivers, and fields of moss taller than trees. Yet as the skies dimmed and frost swept through the jungle, he knew it could not last. The earth trembled. Skies once golden turned stormy. In the Arctic, buried under ice, in a self-fashioned tomb of crystal, Godzilla slept. The ice cracked. A pulse of red energy, like a heart murmur in the earth's crust, reached him. Godzilla stirred. His dorsal plates flared, first blue, then violet. With a thunderous roar that split glaciers, the king of monsters returned. He sensed it. Something had challenged his rule. Scar King wasted no time. His army spread like wildfire, conquering Hollow Earth regions. His forces included Gorvax, a four-armed titan with armor made from volcanic stone, and Shimo, the dragon-like ice titan, bound to Scar King's will by the Bloodstaff. Cities of titan culture were razed, peaceful creatures enslaved. Hollow Earth turned crimson under Scar's command. Kong tried to intervene. Alone, at the edge of the Red Wastes, he met Gorvax in single combat. The fight was brutal. Stone shattered under fists. Kong roared, swinging his battle axe, but was overwhelmed by the combined assault of Gorvax and Shimo's frost breath. Kong fell, wounded, retreating into the jungle shadows. Jai, nearby on an expedition, found him bleeding under a dying tree. She placed her hand on his massive brow. "You are not alone," she signed. Godzilla entered Hollow Earth through the Antarctic gateway. His atomic breath carved a tunnel through the rock. The world trembled. He found Kong. The two titans locked eyes. Tension thickened. Kong stood tall, defiant, despite wounds. Godzilla growled, his spines flaring, but Gaia stood between them. It hummed with stored atomic energy, allowing it to deflect even Shimo's frost blasts. Using a monarch-made amplifier, she sent ancient glyphs into the air. Enemy rises, not him, a worse one. Scar King. Godzilla's eyes narrowed. He understood. Without another sound, he turned and began walking. Together, the rivals became allies. Monarch scientists, with Gia's help, constructed a new weapon for Kong, reforging his axe with crystal from the Red Nexus. Kong trained for days sparring against controlled beasts, perfecting a dual-wield style using his fists and new axe. At its peak stood a giant antenna, using Nexus power to open a rift into the surface world. Gia watched, awe in her eyes. "He's ready," she whispered. Scar King had built his throne in the Crystal Citadel, a fortress surrounded by spiked cliffs and molten rivers. Kang rescued her midair, leaping across burning bridges as beasts swarmed around. Kang and Godzilla launched a joint assault. The battle was apocalyptic. Godzilla faced an army of brainwashed titans. Kong battled through waves of Scar warriors. Monarch's aerial teams fought hellspores, and Scar King moved with speed unnatural for his size, slashing with the whip, bending Kong's mind with telepathic pulses. But Kong resisted, drawing strength from Gia's presence. Gia narrowly escaped death when her ship crashed. Inside the throne room, Kong met Scar King face to face. The tyrant stood tall, whip crackling with red lightning. Shimo circled above, frost trailing from her wings. "You are the last of your line," Scar King sneered. And soon, not even that. Godzilla turned and dove into the depths, returning to the surface to guard the human world once more. Kang charged. The fight was colossal. With a roar, he shattered the black. Shimo, now free, turned on Scar King. Her ice breath engulfed him. Kang leaped through the frost, driving his axe into Scar's chest, ending his reign. With Scar King dead, his army scattered. Godzilla and Kong stood side by side atop the citadel ruins. Titans around them bowed. The hollow earth was free. Kang beat his chest. Gia wrote in her journal, "Kong has become more than a king. He is a protector, a friend, a legend reborn."